Saloni and I lead the B2B marketing function at Paytm. Paytm, as we all know, is a much loved consumer brand. It is also used by 20 million merchants across the country. And we want to ensure that every time that you think of something for your own business, you think about Paytm and our business offerings. Paytm's business offerings can be classified in four large buckets. You can accept payments using Paytm. It could be in store, it could be online, or if you don't have either of those options and you work from home and you operate from home, then you could just collect payments on any chat or messenger service. Our second big offering is Paytm Payouts, which is to help distribute payments or disperse payments to your vendors, to your employees, and just to pay your bills. Our third large offering that we have is needs that you have for your own business, opening a bank account, taking a quick loan, or an insurance for your own business, or merchant loyalty points, which is basically ensuring that you are able to issue loyalty points to users. Our fourth large offering is to grow your own business. We have solutions and tools like Paytm mini apps and Paytm ads through which you can actually leverage the 450 million consumer base that Paytm has. This series that we have started is called the Paytm Developer Series, and this is built by the developers and business leaders at Paytm for the developers who are building fabulous products for India today. My first guest today is Ashish Gupta, product lead for Paytm Payouts. Ashish has been with Paytm for 2 years, and Ashish built this product primarily for internal needs because we had so many different payouts to make, thousands and crores of payouts on an hourly basis. And Ashish's task was to automate and help our finance team. When we saw the magic of the product, we decided as a company that we should build it for external merchants. And Ashish is here to share a little bit about himself and about the product. Hi, Ashish, and welcome to our episode today.
Thank you, Saloni. Hi, everyone. Ashish Gupta this side, being graduated from IIT Roorkee in 2010. And I'll tell you this, that during college days also, we used to build very, very interesting products. I remember 2006 to 2010 era, we had a information management group at IIT Roorkee, and we were responsible for building products for students. We used to have products for everything. We used to have products for student registration, student placements, and even products for Valentine's Day for that matter. Right. So it was very, very interesting phase that we were a technologist, but we were also thinking in product sense. And that's when I joined a financial bank where we started doing technology and product both eventually. And then I moved to Paytm 2 years back. At Paytm itself, if you look at the Corona times and this whole last 1 year, we've built a lot of products to actually solve for this problem statement. You remember people never wanted to use cards actually when you used to go out, right? QRs become very, very popular. Then we launched contactless ordering. Then we also launched cards on mobile devices that any shopkeeper could actually convert their mobile phone into a card acceptance device. And all of this, which I'm talking about, is all on the acceptance side. One of the things which we don't understand is that businesses have an equally payables problem as they have a collections problem. The payable side of it involves things like paying to your employees, paying to your vendors, paying to your customers, let's say cashbacks, right? As you rightly said, Paytm had a big problem use case of cashbacks. How do we give millions of users cashbacks instantly? So that's how Paytm Payouts was born. And that's how Paytm Payouts, we actually enabled a lot of business modules over time to solve needs of entire industry segment. So whether it's enterprise bill payments, which is if you want to facilitate bill payments for thousands of stores for businesses, whether it's vendor payments for your thousands of vendors to pay them on time, whether it's customer cashbacks, giving them cashbacks on time, or even customer refunds for online companies to give them refunds on time. So we actually built these modules for each and every use case, and not just these use cases for customers and vendors. If you talk about employees, we also built employee benefit solution. You could actually give tax-free meal benefits. You could give tax-free fuel benefits to your employees using Paytm Payouts. So it's a very, very large product line. There's a lot of use cases that exist in it. And there is, in this product, you have a lot for every business.
So Ashish, it's interesting that you talk about payouts, which is a need for every business. If you function as a business, you need payouts. But a lot of businesses today use very traditional methods like net banking and other methods to make their payouts. So how is Paytm Payouts helpful and different, and why should they adopt Paytm Payouts?
Yep. So let's talk about, since you spoke about net banking panels, right? Let's talk about a similar use case for Paytm. And we had to solve millions of merchant settlements and millions of customers to give cashbacks, using this product. Now, if we had to use traditional ways of using net banking, right, we were spending days and an army of people to actually upload those cashbacks, right? Not at all feasible, right? So what we did is we basically came up with completely digital solution. It has APIs, it has dashboards, and you can literally gratify thousands and millions of users in just few minutes. Okay, so the first thing that we stand out is that we are completely in-house technology, built to scale to gratify thousands and millions of customers in no time. Okay. The second thing is we are completely digital solution. Give you another example. I used to have friends, who used to take cards, meal cards. The company used to give them for tax savings. You've seen those cards, right? I used to have it in my previous company as well. Now those cards, people are not really willing to use them during these Corona times at all, right? So how do we actually give something in the hands of the employee so that there is no touching involved, right? And anyone can place an order with an ease. So that's how we came up with Food Wallet. Right? Food Wallet was a very, very unique instrument that any HR or any company can provide to their employees, and it's a completely contactless. Help save taxes as well. The third thing is we basically have built multiple use cases in this product, learned from our own company itself. We had a problem of vendor payables. Our finance team was troubled. Now Corona has started. No one's in the office. How are we going to get vendor bills into the office? So that's how we actually build vendor invoices into it. We built bill payments into it. I've seen companies struggling with thousands and thousands of stores. You cannot use net banking panels to actually manage bills across 10,000 stores, right? We have companies who have 10,000 ATMs also. So how do you manage those bills? So that's another problem statement which we learned from and actually built it for ourselves and for the corporates. Third, as I said, wallet. Wallet is a very, very convenient way to send money to anyone. Now they can actually take that money into their bank accounts also for free. So you could literally use the mobile number and send that money to that customer. So wallet is something that we only have. And the food wallet I've already spoken about. So it's a mix of all these things. So it's the use cases. It's also the in-house technology and the power of it. It's also the fact that we've been able to scale our systems to that level, that any business from small to large can actually use this product.
Very interesting. So you're saying payouts is not just paying, a vendor. Payouts is also about paying employees their benefits. It's also about paying utility bills, and these are the three large modules that you have. But this is interesting, and it's required maybe by the business teams, maybe by the CFO. Why should a developer be interested in this product at all?
So developers these days have not just role to play to code what they've been asked to code. Their roles are evolving a lot. Developers nowadays have actually supposed to be involved in every business problem that's brought to them. They have to understand who they are building for, what they're building for. So developers can actually play a very, very good role in developing a product and taking it to the next level by integrating Paytm payouts. So when we talk about Paytm payouts, all the payables problem statement that exists that this product can solve is something that developer can itself suggest to the business person that why don't we integrate it and actually solve it for our users immediately. And then we talk about Paytm Payouts, it's completely an API first product. We have APIs for everything. We have APIs for bank transfer. We have APIs for wallet transfer. We have APIs to check balance. We have APIs to create sub accounts. We have so many APIs that it can solve every business problem that you can imagine in your product. So, for example, talk about bank transfer API. A bank transfer API can literally send millions and millions of rupees in no time, and it's completely secure. We built some of the fraud monitoring algorithms there. We built some of the anti-money laundering algorithms there. We can actually detect if someone's actually trying to sweep in money and take it out somewhere, and there is a receiver concentration happening. Right? So built a lot of these intelligence also behind these APIs to ensure these are secure to integrate. The second thing is talking about smart transfers. So these APIs, which we're talking about bank transfers, if you talk about bank technology system, they really haven't evolved so much with upcoming technology. We now have instant payments using UPI. We have instant payments using IMPS, right? But we still, when we go to a shop, and I've seen that complaint so many times on Twitter and so many places, even in my family, people say my transaction is getting stuck, Okay, so technology systems scaling to that extent will take a lot of time in this country still. And that's where we realize each and every error code that's flowing into the system. And we have built automatic smart retries to retry those error codes so that transaction for you as a developer is successful. And you do not have to build retries on your own side. So we've done that. We have integration environments. You could test your APIs thoroughly in our integration environments. We have a dedicated integration team that will support you for every error. And you could take it live so that we are absolutely sure that this works before you hit production service. Third, I think as I touch based in the beginning itself, we as a company are here to solve customer problems. It's a completely in-house technology stack. We build systems that actually scale. Talk about the NPCI report. We were told that Paytm Payments Bank is just 0.02% technical decline rate. And that's purely because we built everything in-house. So anything and everything that we build, we take all these little things into mind to make sure that developers who are integrating with us do not have to go through that hassle. So there's a lot for developers in this product. And when they start looking at our APIs and our environment, they start to realize the value that comes out of it.
Interesting. And I had also heard you say at some point that you have something called smart transfers, where the developers can actually automate all the failed transactions and the since it's an error. I mean, why don't you explain it?
Yeah. So I'll tell you an interesting thing. I saw that finance person, right? With the upkeep of technology, right? We have IMPS, we have UPI, right? And they've taken it by storm. Now money transfers have become so quick. Even NEFT and RTGS is 24/7 now. But still, what happens is some of the banking systems really haven't, been keeping pace with that situation. So we've seen a lot of errors in our systems. Errors like, we have errors when balances actually go low. We have errors when the destination bank, since the technology systems are still, in that stage where they're still maturing, technology systems actually go down very often for some of the banks, right? So we have done actually built a feature where we understand each and every error code. So all these pipes are belong to us, right? We've built IMPS, UPI, all those pipes in house. So all these pipes, we exactly know the error code. We queue those error codes. We automatically retry those error codes based on that nature of that error code. And we are able to make that transaction successful so that that finance person or that business person or a product person doesn't have to actually do that activity again. Okay, so I'll tell you some interesting facts. I think we are able to achieve more than 90% of those failures, which would have otherwise happened from any net banking panel, actually get successful just because of this feature. So this feature is very powerful. The other aspect I'll tell you is that NPCI published a report where Paytm Payments Bank has 0.02% technical decline rate, which is very, very low, right? It's the lowest per the study published by NPCI. So just because of that one in-house technology, we are able to control not just the scale, but also each and every error code that's flowing through the system.
I think it's very fascinating because I've learned two things from you, in this conversation. Number one, that you've built everything in house, so you have far more control over ensuring that the quality of the transaction, is always taken care of and things succeed. And the second thing that I heard you say, which is very new for most of our listeners today, is that Paytm is always, Paytm is always identified with the bucket where we are accepting payments. But now you're saying you can disperse payments using Paytm, and not just consumer brands, but you could be a factory, you could be a BPO, you could be a large distribution chain. All of those people can now use this product. Is that right?
Yep, anyone, small business to large business, as you rightly said, everyone has payables. So I'm going to touch two spectrums of it, two wide spectrums, right? As you said, one is the FMCG segment, for example. The FMCG segment has distributors, has retailers, and they want to, let's say, incentivize their whole supply chain. So how do they do that? Then you also have online companies. They have cash on delivery orders coming to the doors. How do they give refunds to those customers? You have customers paying every day on your website through cards, through UPI. How do you ensure they get refund instantaneously? Then you go to a small shop. Even a small shop has, payables. They want to pay to their suppliers. They want to pay to their employees at the shop. So every business has payables, Saloni, and every business can take this product. If there was no business, if there was business, business not doing payables, then there will be only profitable businesses in the world. So payables, as you said, is equally important as collections and a bigger use case.
And just as a last question, I'm sure there are a lot of young, developers as well as product managers listening into this. Not about the product, but what would you like to share with them as one piece of little advice, given your years of experience building all these fabulous products?
Yep. So I think one of the advice, and I work with technology people in, day out. I myself consider myself technologist at heart. I personally believe one of the things that technology team people who either want to do product at someday or want to do much better in technology that they're developing today, what they need to start doing is they need to start asking question why. Okay, why am I building this? Start asking business teams that is this feature even relevant for the target market that we're addressing? What is the target market we are addressing? And what do they need? How are how are the personas look like of those users who are going to use my product? And you can do a big favor. I'll tell you, just because I'm able to, or my team is able to actually give that download to our technology team a little bit better. We get some of the best ideas from the developers during those grooming sessions we do with them. Right. So one of the key advice I want to give them is that the whole ecosystem, right, is evolving in terms of the roles are intermingling, right? A developer can actually think like product, right? A product person can actually start developing, right? We have AI product managers now, right? So you need to stop looking at the boundaries and stop constraining yourself and start asking the real question of how is it adding value to the company that I'm building this for.
Thank you, Ashish, for this absolutely insightful session. Those interested to learn more can visit business.paytm.com, and in the description section, we will also leave important APIs like Ashish mentioned and important links of our developer section where you can find more information. Our next episode is going to be about Paytm mini apps, and all of you can learn about how you can build how you can open your own app within the Paytm app and leverage the 450 million users that Paytm has to grow your own businesses. Thank you and stay tuned.